This video is brought to you by Alienware, featuring Intel Core i7 processors. Start gaming.
Hey guys, Jack here, and today we're taking a look at the brand new Alienware 17 laptop. Alienware sent this over to me a couple of weeks ago now, and I've had a pretty decent play with it to get a feel for the performance. I've done a couple of videos on gaming laptops before, but this one especially excited me because it's got a GTX 1060 inside it. And with the latest iteration of the Pascal GPU architecture from Nvidia, the laptop GPU performance is almost the same as the full-size desktop GPU variant. That means that the CUDA cores, memory clocks and core clock speeds are all very similar. But to cut a long story short, in most games at 1080p you'll be looking at a difference of around 10%. And that is insane numbers if you ask me. I will show you some actual performance numbers in a bit too. So the laptop itself is a big redesign of the previous models. I love the lighting on the side and the redesigned logo on the front. The lid is a lot thinner too than the older models, which is handy. Overall, this is a chunky laptop. It looks the business and will definitely turn some heads. In terms of specs for this one, we've got an i7-6700HQ quad-core processor with hyperthreading, clocked at 2.6 GHz, and that's 3.5 GHz when in turbo mode. The GTX 1060 is the GPU and 16 GB of DDR4 memory. We've got two hard drives in here, and those are a 256 GB PCI SSD for the boot drive and a 1TB SATA 6 GBS for the storage. You also get this pretty beefy power pack with it too, used for charging and powering the laptop, and I definitely recommend having it plugged in whilst you're gaming for maximum performance. In the UK, the base model with the i7 and GTX 1060 will set you back around £1,500. A couple of other cool things about the design here too. On the back we've got HDMI out and DisplayPort out, so you can connect it to a bigger monitor if you like, but get this, the display on this particular model is a 1440p 120Hz screen, and you know how I feel about those. This is the first laptop I've personally used with a 120Hz screen, and it makes a huge difference to the feel and smoothness of your gaming. As well as that, we've got a built-in Tobii eye tracker here, and we'll be talking about that later on in the video. I have to say as well, there's definitely a big improvement in the trackpad and keys here too. They feel much better now and clickier than the previous generation of laptops. Way more fun to type on this one. Okay then, as always, I've got some footage of popular PC games to follow. Frame rate will be displayed in the top left. I've recorded this with a capture card too, so what you're seeing here is actual performance numbers. There's no software encoding being done by the laptop here that's going to affect the frame rates. I'm running these games at 1080p and 120Hz too. I think 1440p is a bit of a stretch for the 1060. You'll be able to do it of course, but we'll probably have to sacrifice some settings. So to mitigate that, we're running at 1080p here and almost maxed out in most of these games. And there'll be a shot of the video settings I used as well, so you can see exactly what to expect.
Deploying flashbang. Throwing a grenade.
Uplink activated. Watch for Imperial counterattack.
I'm still mad they changed the rifle sounds on CSGO. So there you have it, absolutely stellar performance across the board. This is quite clearly a serious gaming laptop, with that GTX 1060 doing most of the work. The only downside really is that the fans ramp up quite a lot when you're gaming, so it can be noisy if you're not wearing a headset, and of course if you do want the best performance you're going to have to plug it in. Now back to that Tobii eye tracker. What the hell is it and what does it do? Essentially, it does what it says on the tin and tracks your eye movements when you're sat in front of it. The sensors don't actually flash like that in real life either, it's just the frame rate of the camera picking it up like that. So to demonstrate, it comes with a little demo program pre-installed that kind of explains what's what, and you can see the grey blob on the screen there representing where my gaze is focused on the monitor. It can see what I'm looking at, and it's supposed to be an extra level of control for gaming, I suppose. And a couple of games that I tried that supported it are The Division and Deus Ex Mankind Divided. With both of these games being cover shooters, you can do things like free look around the screen with your eyes, so if you're behind cover you can look at another object and move to it with your eyes. You can also pop out and attack enemies by just looking at them. Another use for this could be overlaying your gaze blob onto a game that you're streaming so viewers can see what you're looking at, or also maybe recording and tracking where a pro CSGO player is looking when they're in a match. I think that could be quite interesting to see. Honestly, for me though, it's a bit of a gimmick and it made me feel a bit motion sick at times, and it didn't really enhance the gameplay for me at all, so I definitely wouldn't use it. However, if you think about broader applications for something like this, it can be massively helpful for disabled people and learning. In fact, one of my subscribers who follows me on Twitter called Rooney Plays reached out and said that his girlfriend is a special needs teacher and her students use it for computer access and as a communication aid. That's invaluable. And then another company called Special Effect, who are a UK based games charity that helps gamers with disabilities to experience the joys of games, also reached out to me and sent me a couple of videos and explanations of how disabled people can use eye tracking technology like this. For gaming, you could be driving a car, steering it left and right, even playing a game like Minecraft using your gaze. That's very impressive stuff, and it obviously enables disabled people to do things that they otherwise couldn't. And I think that's compelling and definitely worth talking about. Overall, the new Alienware 17 laptop, I think it's a superb package, excellent gaming performance that you can take with you on the go, and that 120Hz screen really seals the deal for me. At £1,500 for the base model, it's a lot to pay, and you could definitely build a beastly desktop gaming PC for that amount of money, but the extra price that you're paying here is to get desktop GPU performance in a very small form factor laptop. Colour me impressed. And that's all for today folks. Do let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, a thumbs down, and I'll see you in the next one.